What's up, Kansas City? What's up, Kansas City? This is your boy Frank back again with the broadcast of Funeral Balls, brought to you by the Golden Gate Funeral Cremation Services, also by the Music and More Foundation, right here in the heart of Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, me and T left off on last week, just talking about a lot of issues right here in our own hometown, and yet statistics has proven itself yet once again. We have yet had another tragedy to take place here in Kansas City, Missouri, and the tragedy that I'm referring to is the little 4-year-old legend who was killed while sleeping in his home. Man, it was a sad thing. No parent should have to bury a child, and we say that constantly that no parent should have to bury a child, but yet here it is. We have another mother, another father, another grandparent preparing and getting funeral arrangements together for yet another young individual. My prayers and my thoughts are with the family during these trying and difficult moments. My prayers that God will give you guys the peace that surpasses all understanding. I know that it is a difficult thing that you're dealing with, but I know God will keep you as long as you stay leaning and dependent on Him. Okay, T, we back up at it again, man. So check this out. We left off on last week talking about our a lot of issues. We left off on last week talking about the people that help out in the community. Now, I want to ask you this, T, and it may be a sensitive subject, but I believe that it's necessary, and I believe that it's real. You ready, T? Let me know when you're ready for this question.
You need to start prepping me for these surprise questions, man.
Check this out, T.
All right.
Now, we have people.
Now, this is a question for not only me, but the listeners, too.
Yeah,
right?
the listeners, too.
Okay, say that. Huh?
For you, too. Check this out. Now, we got people out here. Why is it? Here's the question. Let me ask the question. I'm not going to even elaborate on it right now, but why is it that some people only come out when the news media is involved?
What do you mean?
Well, you got some people, man. I don't see them on on a regular basis, all fighting for crime and all of this stuff until there's a major platform.
Well, maybe they're out there. You just don't see them because
No,
the news
man.
people show up.
Check this out, man. I'm literally.
I mean,
I try to.
like we said, Tony, what's it? 35th and Prospect guy. What's his name again?
Troy.
Troy. He's out there. Everybody know he's out there.
My
but
point
the
is that,
news
man.
don't show him.
My point is
We
that.
don't know he's out there until we see him on Facebook.
But Troy's not running, and every time there's a big issue when the news media is involved either, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, but
He's
what
not making
is
you.
newsworthy,
But you
though.
got. But I agree with you. I believe that the news should be down there every chance they get. You
Right.
know what I mean? Supporting and broadcasting what this young man is doing. But you got some people that every time there's a major platform, like we got this little young boy. You got some that's there like, hey, see me?
Uh-huh.
Why is that? I mean, can we as black people not do anything for the credit or for the for publicity stunts or anything like that?
For the limelight.
Yeah. And then why do we have to take situations like that? Like if you want the news, I believe if you want the news media involved, do something worthy of the news being there. It doesn't have to be a tragic, a tragic death of a child or a tragic death of anybody for you to be, for you to be out there, in the limelight. So I'm asking you the question: why do you think that is? Why? Help me understand.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there was a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
the news picked it up. People came out.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the order of the situation. The tragedy, the news people came out, and then people came out.
Mm.
They wouldn't have came out if they didn't know or seen it on the news. Nobody would have known that happened except their immediate family, the people around them. The news brought it into the light and showed it to everybody.
The
then
news
people started coming out.
The news said that a teenager was shot and killed in a laundromat on 63rd Street, and it didn't get as much publicity as the little kid. They not there.
No, everybody.
So you can't tell me about the news. You know, because the news broadcast every homicide.
Yeah.
But they not there.
Right. I don't know.
You got a opinion?
Do we know they're not there? Okay, do we know some people aren't there when the news isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do we know that they're not there?
Yeah, that's
you know,
what I'm
like
saying.
if the news doesn't show up on 63rd, how do we know who else is showing up over there?
Well, the truth of the matter is, believe it or not, I don't broadcast. I try to make it to every crime scene here in Kansas City.
So that's why I say. So you've been there,
yeah,
but nobody knows you've been there.
No, I don't broadcast it. Even though I've had the media, because they know me, come up to me and ask me to, hey, why don't you say something? Why did you? And I tell them no. I had the opportunity to speak at the prayer vigil for the little boy, but I told him no. It's not about me. You know what I mean? Right. It's about this little boy. So I don't want to come in and take the attention off of what the situation at hand. It's not about me. No matter what I'm willing to do, no matter if I'm coming, if I'm say, hey, listen, our firm is gonna pay for the funeral. You know what I mean? Pay for the whatever the case may be. It's not about me. You know what I mean? It's not about me. You talk to the necessary person and just move around. But you have those, and you could contest to that. You can be a witness to that. You have those that make it their duty to, hey.
Well, yeah, and part of that is branding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's branding.
Yeah.
You have to be there, and that's part of, because if you have a platform and you want people to support you,
mm-hmm.
then you need to be there.
Yeah.
And be seen as many times, not necessarily on the crime scene, but as many times as possible, so that you're branded if you want to do some other things.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're in politics.
Yeah.
Then you need to be in front of the cameras as much as possible so people know you and they'll vote for you.
Well, in that case, I just
Especially
don't. The only person, I guess,
violence.
if that's the case,
now that's not the only reason to go.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Now, there's a lot of people still have that in their heart to be there and stuff, but you do have to, as a politician, you have to be in the news.
mm-hmm.
You've got to be doing some things. You can be doing some good things
mm-hmm.
and stuff, but you've got to be out there so people know you're out there. And then you still should be doing some things that aren't in the news.
Yeah.
You're at both places, but you've got to be in the public's eye as much as possible.
Okay. So I think it's safe to say, Kansas City, when it's time to vote again, that we need to only vote for City Councilman Brandon Ellington, because that's the only one whom I've seen, really out there on the forefront, with dealing with situations.
And they should be out there more than
Yeah.
just the news.
Yeah.
It would be the person that you say, I've seen him out there when there isn't no news.
Yeah.
Not just when there's news.
Yeah. Want me tell you somebody else that I want to shine light on, and nobody really knows except for people that's there. But you have a lot of people that's there that don't even know who he is. Sheriff Daryl Forte. He's at every crime scene. Believe it or not, he's at every single last crime. I don't care what time it is. Daryl Forte is at every crime scene. He has the power to, to come in and to go behind the yellow tape and stuff like that. He doesn't do any of that. He stand right back there behind the yellow tape like, a normal civilian, and he doesn't, make his presence known. because yet again he doesn't want to take the attention off of the situation at hand.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't want Daryl Forte. It's not about Daryl Forte. It's about this crime scene. Daryl Forte came to lend his support to to his community.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm not listen. I'm not. I asked the question. I didn't ask the question to bash anyone or anything like that. I asked the question to get my other brother's opinion. You know what I mean? And I hear you guys loud and clear. I hear you guys loud and clear. So let me ask you this: this situation with this little 4-year-old boy, like, I mean, how does that make you feel, just knowing, knowing somebody has to know something and nobody's come forth with dealing with this stuff?
Yeah, that and it's not new.
Yeah.
This isn't the first child that's been killed. This
Yeah.
is something that the drive-by shootings,
Yeah.
the walk-up shootings, the just shooting through not random people's houses. You may have a grudge or something going on. We don't know what the whole story is behind that. I don't think that they just pick a house out of the clear blue sky and go shoot up.
Yeah, yeah.
But the shooting in the houses, that is really despicable, because you're not knowing who is in there, where they are, or you may know that there's a whole family in there, but you don't care.
Yeah, and don't care.
And so the person that you maybe have the grudge against or that you want to get doesn't even get touched in the thing, but then you kill a 4-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 7-year-old or whatever, or a grandmother or somebody. That's just indiscriminate killing. And that is even worse than the police killings.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's indiscriminate. You don't care who you kill in the house. You're mad or you're upset about something, so you're going to shoot in this house, and I don't care who gets killed.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the attitude. Or it seems like the attitude now to me. I don't know.
Man, that's
I've
the
never
attitude.
done it, so I don't know what that's about and stuff. But, it's not like you're going after that person, because otherwise you'd wait for them.
Absolutely.
If you was going to ambush them or whatever.
Absolutely. If that's who you have your beef with.
If that's what you're going to do. But when you just shoot in the house, you don't care who you kill.
No. You have no remorse for life, period.
Yeah, that's terrible.
T, what you got to say about that, T?
Well, I was listening to y'all, and the person that they was, I'm not just talking about this particular what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm talking about violence in general. Now, if a person retaliates and they shoot up the house or do a walk by or anything like that, trying to get at somebody, but the bullet strays and hits somebody else, but that person that they're trying to get at, the parents or the people that's living in that house has to be scared to death, because they got to know that that person is living some type of crooked life, some type of life of violence. If somebody's coming after them, they had to do something to make that person come after them.
Yeah.
So the people living in the house have to be scared to death, knowing this person's character or this person's attitude, whether it be your brother, your auntie, your uncle, whoever that person is. So I would say they would have to be scared to death to know, to be conscious, to know that that person that living in their house is related to some type of violence.
Yeah.
And there's possibly somebody out there that wants to hurt them, whether they're in the house or sitting on the porch or at a picnic with their family. Somebody's gonna come and get them.
Yeah.
So what should that parent or the person or the people that's living in the house, what should they do about that person who has that type of character? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Good question, man.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
That's a heck of a good question.
And those of you that's listening, go to KUAW LPF Film 985 on Facebook and leave your comments in the video.
Yeah, please do. Please do. T, that's a good question, man. I mean, it has me puzzled, man. I just
you gotta think. You gotta put your feet in other people's shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, I mean, and the thing is, man, a lot of and I'm not just gonna say young women or whatever like that, or whatever the case may be, but I do believe that there's a lot of women who do know that their boyfriend, their spouse, it's impossible for you not to know if this person is living a street life or whatever. Just like you said, it's impossible for you to not know that this man is selling drugs and and out here all night selling drugs, and they coming to your house. So you can't leave out the fact that there's a possibility that somebody may try to follow this man home and rob him.
Yeah.
And kill everybody in there, because here it is that you're able to talk and say who it was that came and robbed him.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to you have to know and realize, man, and be wise enough to know that there's a possibility that something could go wrong.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you're living that life, and not just the person that is doing it, but everybody that's living in that life.
Yeah.
Because you're all involved, rather indirectly, because the violence can come home to you.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of happens sometimes, because like what he's saying is that if you know that somebody that in that house, say it's not even the husband, it might be the brother-in-law or whoever, but you know that they are living that life.
Yes.
And that life, living that life, can bring that type of stuff home. Like you say, maybe a robbery, anything like that, because I've known people that have died because somebody in the house was selling drugs, but when the guys come in to rob, everybody's involved.
Yeah.
Everybody's involved.
Absolutely.
Everybody's involved.
They
and stuff.
live in a life of danger.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're going to kill everybody here because you're all witnesses and stuff, and that can happen. So that is definitely a thing that you have to look at when you normalize criminal life.
Yeah.
And when you're living in that life, the people with them, when you're dating people in that life and stuff, that becomes normal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times you're probably not even thinking about the death thing coming. It's just, that's just part of that whole lifestyle for everybody in the house. Even though you might say, I don't deal with it, that's something he does over there.
You're still a part of it.
You're still a part of it.
That's just like if I go out and commit a crime and you're just as guilty as me.
Yeah.
You're just as guilty as the person that pulled the trigger if you don't speak up.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's but like you say, you know that is street life.
Yeah.
That is street life. And a lot of people know. Like you say, people know and they don't tell.
Yeah.
As my man Gil Scott said, those that know don't tell, those that tell don't know.
Yeah.
You're living in that type of life.
Yes, sir.
And stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, man. You got a lot of these young guys, these young brothers out here dying, man, behind absolute nonsense. Here it is. You got a guy that will shoot up a car because you cut him off on the highway. Like, you shouldn't live in a society where you're hesitant to do everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, you have a lot of older people, and I've witnessed it that when you're in the grocery store, instead of them, they don't know. I've seen young men tell an older couple, y'all can go on by. They like, nah, you go ahead, because they don't know if I walk in front. They just don't know, man. And we shouldn't live in a society like that where we should not know, or where we should be hesitant to do things. We should not be able. We should be able to do whatever we want, especially in our own community. We should feel safe, because best believe they feel they're well protected out there in Overland Park. You come in that neighborhood, that neighborhood association, whatever the case may be, they're prepared for whatever.
Yeah, and it's a shame, like you say, that in your own neighborhood that you feel that. And there's a lot of reasons behind it. There's a lot of conscious and unconscious decisions that go into that. You can talk about education, you can talk about poverty, you can talk about a lot of different reasons that make a community what do I want to say, dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Where people steal from each other, break in the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And that type of stuff happens, and there's a lot of I don't know that there's one answer to say how we can straighten that out. Lord knows we need to.
Yes, sir.
That we need to. But right now it's like, you lock your door when you go home. I lock mine and stuff because you don't even trust nobody around.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is not normal, or is it healthy? Because you're not living with that freedom like you talk about, to be friendly, to be interacting with people, because you always got your guard up.
Yeah. And just like where I live, I know all of my neighbors. I know if I'm talking about a package could come. When we get home from work, one of the neighbors is gonna bring the package over. Hey, this came for you today. I took it off the porch, or what happened. We all look out for each other. When the baby turned 1 year old, all of the neighbors came and brought, everybody looks out for each other. I promise to God. Listen, if the kids is
That's a
outside,
good block.
listen, and it's crazy because you go. Well, behind us, it's like 6 rows of train tracks. So you behind my house. So you have to come through 6 rows of train tracks to even come over in my backyard. But check this out. So say some kids are outside. One of the older neighbors, they gonna come outside and smoke their cigarettes or whatever and sit on the porch and sit on their porch and chill until the kids go in. They gonna watch everything. They'll tell you every car that went up and down the block and everything. And if you come on my block, you 9 times out of 10 you live over there because there's really no outlet. You have to go like literally all the way up and it wraps around in order for you to get out. So it's an unfamiliar block to the average person. So if you're coming over there, you have a purpose for being over there, or either you live over there, right. Or you coming to visit somebody you're familiar with the area. And I mean, it's a cool, man. I've literally, not only me, we've left our keys inside of the door. You know, when we came home at night, we unlocked the door. We left our keys inside of the door and woke up. The keys are still there. Oh, yeah. But I'm telling you, man, I thank God for my block because it takes me back from back to when I was growing up.
And we need more blocks like that.
Yeah.
That's
you got a neighborhood association over there?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, but everybody looks out for. It's no like everybody on the opposite side of my block. I cut everybody grass. Like they were paying. Everybody was paying people. They seen me cut one person grass and they seen me cut another person grass. They literally came to me. They said, "Hey, listen, there ain't no point of us paying other people. How about we just pay you to cut everybody grass? You just cut everybody grass over here." And I cut everybody grass.
That's tight.
Every 2 weeks, I cut everybody grass. $40, front and back. Cut everybody grass. Each person.
You're killing it.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, it's a blessing, man. Man, God lines you up for blessings, man, and opportunities. And I thank God for it, man. I thank God for it every single day, man. And that goes along with respect and and all of that stuff too. My neighbors
on your block.
Man, come over there, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. And I'm not just saying it's really like that, man. It's a beautiful feeling, man.
I gotta get out of here.
Okay, my brother. Hey, listen, on my block T, I guarantee you will not hear no gunshots. None whatsoever. Yeah, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about any gunshots.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's the best block in the world, but it's peaceful. We don't. Man, I've never seen any of my neighbors have to call the police. Never witnessed any domestic violence or anything over there on my block.
Yeah, well, I never witnessed domestic violence on my block.
Well, I mean, I've lived in areas, man, where I've seen the police over there like quite frequently. Like I know just in different areas where I live, man. I know.
Oh, different areas you live in. Okay.
Man, I'm telling you, like
I live in Santa Fe, and it's quiet over there.
Really?
Quiet. Well, on my block, it's quiet.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's quiet over there.
No riffraff, no nothing.
I never see no riffraff.
Man, that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, that's no riffraff.
That's a beautiful thing, man. The same, and likewise with on my block, man. I'm telling you, man, it's quiet, man, and we know. I know every kid. We know their parents and stuff like that. Like the kids still come over and they'll knock on the door and ask, can the kids come out and stuff like that. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
That's tight.
Check this out. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. What?
All of the kids on the block are inside eating dinner.
On your block?
On my block, 6 o'clock. I can tell you the time frame of everything on my block. At 6 o'clock, the kids are they eating dinner, man.
They eating dinner right now.
They eating dinner right now. In the house, they're eating dinner. They may come back out. It just depends. Or they may not come back out. Okay. Now I got one little guy across the street from me. Now he'll eat, man. He's like Speedy Gonzalez, man. He'll come right back out just so he can get on his bike.
Yeah, while it's still daylight.
Oh yeah, right up and down.
The street lights come on.
Yes, sir. Have fun. They still out there playing with sticks and and still they're doing.
They playing with sticks.
Yeah, man. Okay. Man, you played with sticks growing up, swords and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, that's because we didn't have.
Yeah, well, shoot, they playing with sticks. They improvising.
Improvising.
Yeah, improvising with what they have, man.
Okay. Cool.
So check this out, man. It's a beautiful thing, T.
Yeah, it is.
It's a beautiful thing. T is 627. What we want to do?
What you think about the name changing of the J.C. Nichols Fountain? They did that. It passed.
They changed it?
Chris Good, you know, he's a commissioner over Parks and Rec. Chris Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a commissioner over Parks and Rec. So they had the meeting. It was unanimous. And one thing he said that I really liked, he said by changing the name, it's a gesture. It's not a celebration because we still got a long way to go. But this is a gesture of moving forward.
What did they name it to?
He wants to name it Dream something. But you know the Parkway, the street that says J.C. Nichols Parkway?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to change that to Martin Luther King. Yeah. But the fountain is going to be called Dream something. But yeah. It's happening. He did that.
Yeah, well, I mean, but
It's the first step.
Yeah, but how is the fountain? How is the changing the name of a street or anything? I'm just saying, how is that
glorifying J.C. Nichols, the guy, the architect of racism?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't glorify his name. Just like we always glorify Truth's name with Truth Fest and Truth to Palooza.
Yeah.
We glorifying his name.
Yeah.
Benoist Truth. They say, oh, we named it because he was the first doctor in Kansas City. There was other doctors here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He was
black doctors.
He was a slave owner.
Yeah.
They should change the name.
Yeah. So you think they should change Truth still?
Yeah, I still think they should change Truth.
To what?
This is what I came up with. Now, I know it might be hard changing Truth. So let's start off with changing Truth Lake. You know it's a lake called Truth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Change Truth Lake. And then from there, maybe we can jump over to the street.
So what would be
That's what I came up with.
Come on.
Let's name it. Let's name it.
Hold on. Drum roll, bro.
Drum roll.
What is it?
Let's name it Rosa Parks Boulevard and get the metro involved. What you think?
Rename Truth. Rosa
Parks Boulevard. By being a boulevard, that means the Parks and Rec has to take care of the street.
Absolutely.
Yes. And get the metro involved since she was back of the bus. What you think?
Man, I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
Thank
now
you.
what about the lake? What was the name?
Oh, you can give the lake any name. It don't matter.
Name him after Malcolm X.
No, that's not naming the lake after Malcolm X.
Why not?
I mean, no, we need to do something pinnacle. Not a lake where they threw bodies in.
Well, what would you go? I mean, what you gonna name it? Bloody Lake?
No, we ain't gonna name it Bloody Lake.
Okay.
What's the name of them apartments over there?
Oh, the ones that sit right up on that hill.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Name it after that.
Rosa Parks Lake.
No, that's not named Rosa Parks.
So what you think? What would be an appropriate name, man?
I just figured change the name of Truth Lake.
You know,
that'll be the first step into moving on to the street.
Yeah, Rosa Parks Boulevard.
Rosa Parks Boulevard.
Have you started a petition?
No, I have not. But dig this. I contacted Ellington about the petition. He said I got to get 70% of the business owners on that block to agree, right? Then I was thinking, well, wait a minute. The city was going to change Paseo to Martin Luther King without any votes. So evidently they have the power to just change stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They have the power to do that. So if we change Truth Lake, it picks up momentum. It's on the news. Somebody announces it, maybe Chris Good. Then Ellington can pick it up from there and move on to the street.
Makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Rosa Parks Boulevard.
Makes a lot of sense. So pretty much what you're saying is, with the lake, laying the foundation.
Laying the foundation.
And building from there.
Build it from there.
Man, that's pretty wise, man.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty wise.
I try.
Who told you? Who gave you that idea?
Nobody gave me that idea, man. God gave me that idea. It came from above.
All right, okay, I give you that. I give you that, man. If God gave,
because I always wanted that name to be changed.
yeah, yeah.
Really,
But how many people really? How many black people really know the history behind Truth?
a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But hopefully they do, because I'm always posting about it. And
Give them your page so they can go and
all they
and
gotta
read.
do is Google Benoist Truth, Benoist,
Mhm.
Benoist. His name will pop up in Google. You see his whole history, everything
Yeah.
about him. Now,
Okay. How many people in this generation really cares?
Well, they should care.
I understand what you're saying, but how many
that don't care is racist people, in my opinion.
Oh, you got a lot of black people. I've heard a lot of black people use, ignorant.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about because she sat in the back of the bus. Or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you got some people that try to. You got a lot of black people that try to
slap in
find.
the face to our ancestors. They think it like
it
that.
really is.
It really is.
But they think like that.
Yeah, I know they do.
They think like that. Listen, man, what do you think about this girl? I'm not gonna call her a girl. This woman, this Candace Owens.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my God! You haven't seen the one that she's black? She's this whole Trump supporter and talks. The one that just had the little debate with T.I. and all of this stuff.
I don't even follow her. She's insignificant.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't even. I didn't even know her name.
Don't
Okay.
waste the time. Very intelligent, man. Very intelligent sister, man. But it's like it's been brainwashed.
Brainwashed.
Yeah,
Trump supporter, huh?
man.
Hey, I posted something on Facebook that said Archie Bunker would have been a Trump supporter, and who else? And everybody just started naming sitcoms would be Trump supporters. I thought it was quite funny.
Are you voting for Trump?
Say what? Am I voting for Trump?
Yeah.
No, why would I vote for
Okay,
Trump?
check this out, man. I'm really having a hard time, man. Honestly, man, between him and Pence. If it boils down to them two, man, I don't know, man. I think I would have to stay home. I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion. That's my honest opinion.
What you mean for election?
Yes, sir.
What, you think one of them is going to win or something?
I don't like neither one.
Trump's not going to win.
I don't like Trump or I don't know.
Nah, he ain't going to win.
You don't think so?
No. Don't ask me who's going to win, 'cause I don't know.
Are you praying that Trump don't win? Or are you just are God is giving you a revelation that Trump is not going to win?
I just know he ain't going to win. He's out.
Okay.
And when he get out, every lawyer, everybody's gonna get him. Tax evasion, everything.
So you believe just because he's the president of the United States,
they ain't touching him now.
They can't touch him.
But as soon as he get out,
so you said they can't touch him right now?
They either can't or they won't, out of fear. But right now,
because he's the most powerfulest man in the world right now.
One of the, not
the United States.
Yeah. So as soon as he get out, they gonna get him. Guaranteed.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is, I don't think they're gonna really have a chance to get him. I'm gonna tell you what I honestly think.
What you think?
Trump's not gonna win this election. He gonna leave, gonna go to his home, little house or whatever like that. I think Trump is gonna die.
Of old age?
Before it's over. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he probably will die of old age, but he's gonna be in prison.
I don't think he's gonna make it, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna make it. I had a dream.
You had a dream?
Bro, I'm telling you, I had a dream. I had a dream, bro.
Okay.
That I seen it on the news.
You have a presidential dream?
Bro, I had a dream, bro, that it showed it on the news, breaking news, bro. I was at some restaurant, man, and everybody was cheering. You know what I mean? I don't think, you should cheer or, be happy that somebody has passed away, but we were at a restaurant, man, somewhere, man, and people were cheering, bro, because they made the announcement that Trump had passed away. I had a dream.
Oh.
Yeah. Not no Martin Luther King. I ain't been to the mountaintop or nothing like that, bro. I had a dream that this man he wasn't going, live to face any of this, these consequences that he needs to face for,
for
making America quote unquote great again.
Yeah. So you saying he's not going to He's not gonna live long enough to see his wall go up.
I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. Well, I ain't gonna say bad. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Bill Cosby's gonna outlive him.
Oh, Bill Cosby, he's like 80 something, right?
Yeah. What do you think Trump is?
How old is Trump?
Trump. Let's Google it.
Yeah, somebody Google how old
Somebody
Trump
Google
is.
for me how old President Trump is for me. If you get to it first, please. Let's see.
Let's see here. Okay, Google. How old is
74
President Trump?
years old.
Donald Trump is 74 years old.
Oh, he's 74. Okay.
74.
Okay.
He moving around pretty good.
Yeah, he's moving around real good.
Moving around, they give him them little shots and all that stuff, to give him a little boost and, move around all that stuff.
Yeah, he said he's the healthiest person on earth. That's what he said.
And how do you even fix your mouth to say something foolish like that?
He said he is the healthiest person.
He said he's the
on
smartest man
earth.
in the world. He said he's the smartest man in the world.
In the world.
In the world, not the United States, bro. The world, which means he's. Well, I guess I can't use Einstein anymore. Einstein, he's no longer here. Einstein was the smartest man in the world, bro, but couldn't tie his own shoes.
I didn't know that.
What?
He couldn't tie his own shoes.
Man, listen, Einstein was the smartest man in the world.
I would say one of the.
He was the smartest man in the world.
Well, you can't say he was the smartest in the world. I mean, there's others that haven't even been discovered.
He was one of the smartest men in the world.
Okay, cool.
And he couldn't tie his own shoes.
Tragic.
Couldn't tie his own shoes. Listen, check this out. I want to talk just for a second, man, before we get up out of here. Cameron Lamb, here in Kansas City, Missouri, passed away by the hands of KCPD. I don't remember if you remember me talking about that, before we went on the whole quarantine thing with the whole corona and all that stuff. But young man, African American, gunned down by KCPD, and they only give the police. Oh, mind you, let me say this: unarmed black man. At his home, in his yard, back there in his garage. Police kills him. Still didn't find a gun. Took all of this time to finally charge the officers. And he only get manslaughter. Where's the armed criminal action and the other charge? That's murder. That's not manslaughter. Manslaughter means it was an accident of some sort. That's not an accident.
I think all laws don't affect officers. Did I say that right?
Say that again?
I don't think all laws I don't think all officers are exempt from most laws. I mean, it has to be true. He killed somebody, but he only get what? Manslaughter?
Manslaughter.
So something has to be going on here.
You got people who don't even kill people, who brandish a gun at somebody and get charged with an ACA, armed criminal action charge.
Yeah, that's because they ain't officers.
What makes you so special? I believe you should receive the most harshest punishment, because you took an oath to upstand, to upstand and uphold the law.
Yeah, they have to do that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's for sure. Because outside of that oath, they still killing people.
Yeah.
And they still getting off.
Let's say this: some.
Yes, some.
Not all officers are bad.
Not all officers are bad.
I know a lot of great ones.
I know a lot of great ones too.
Yeah, white. I know a lot of white great ones.
Cooley, you know Cooley?
Yeah,
cool.
You know Trey. We call him Trey. Trey. He's in the inner city or what have you.
Cool.
Married to a black woman.
Okay, cool.
Good brother.
Good brother.
Good brother. Can't say nothing bad about him. But what was you saying?
I forgot. You threw me off.
But listen, man, Trey's a good brother, man. There are good police officers out here.
That's what I was saying.
Go ahead.
Most of them think that they're above the law.
Yes, sir.
That's the word I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Most of them think that they're above a law.
They feel like as though they're exempt.
Yeah, and it has to be true because they're killing people. Some
Getting
of them
away
are
with
getting off with a slap on the hand. And what kills me is they let them go for a few days, and they getting paid for it. That's what kills me. They getting paid for it after they kill somebody. And what I think should happen is hit them in their pocket. If they kill somebody and it's evident that they was wrong, then just don't fire them. There should be some type of compensation to the family of that victim, not just coming from the city or whatever, but coming from that officer.
Yeah.
He has a pension. He has a 401k.
They still got a family too.
Yeah, he still got a family. But
yeah. But he didn't care about this other family.
He didn't care about the other family.
Yeah, he didn't care about this other family.
He did not care about the other family. So,
Cameron Lamb, young black man.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 or 3 children, unarmed, killed at his home on his property by an ununiformed officer. He didn't even know that this man was a police officer. All he knew was this white man walked back here with some jeans and whatever shirt on, talking about you, the police. Do you know how many people? Man, you know how many videos that's on Facebook and how many incidents of people
pretending to be the police? Yeah, crazy.
And so you can announce this all day long. It still doesn't mean that you KCP. And then what puzzles me is I can understand why Cameron was kind of puzzled and confused because why are you here? A detective. I ain't committed no crime. Why are you in my backyard? Pointing a gun at me. What did I do?
Yeah.
A detective. I can see a police officer rolling up in a police car, squad car, whatever like that, whatever the case may be. But here it is, you got a white man in a black neighborhood with some jeans and stuff on. You ain't buying no dope. You know what I mean? You ain't buying no dope or nothing. I mean, but so you walking up here, you know, on my property, in my backyard.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My garage. Tell him, you know what I mean, pointing the gun. Whatever the situation went down, it's murder.
It's murder. That's what it was.
It's murder. We got to call it how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way. No, it's nothing else. I mean, you can't even. There's no other word you can use for it. It's murder, man. It's not manslaughter. It's not assault. It's murder.
Yeah.
I believe. I mean, I know it's probably harsh to use, but I believe that this officer assassinated this man.
That's just what he did.
He assassinated him. You know.
And what happened to the officer? They let him go with pay.
Come on, man. You know where we at? We're in Kansas City. The police officers, they're above the law here, man.
Yeah.
They're above the law.
They're above the law.
Man, we don't even have a hold on our own police. You know, they're funded by, you know, they're not even funded by us, man.
They're
you know what I mean?
The state.
Thank you.
And you know what I found out? And I found out that they're funded by the state because back then in the Pendergrass era, the police was corrupt, bad.
So you know, the mafia and all.
So the state took it over, but I don't know how much they're corrupt now. But is it still necessary for the state to control them? Do we have it? Does Kansas City have enough power?
Let me say this: the state is supposed to control the police. They're not controlling nothing.
No.
Because if they was controlling something would be done, you know, behind all of this nonsense. What's Ryan Stokes? What is it, Stokes? The one that got killed down on the Westport. No, on the Power and Light. Got killed down in the Power and Light. His mother's been fighting for years to get justice.
Tragic.
The same officer that killed this man, they denied her case and all that stuff, threw it out or whatever and everything. He's still patrolling right now.
Tragic.
Like nothing's ever happened.
Like nothing happened.
He assassinated somebody.
Tragic. Yep.
He assassinated somebody. He didn't just kill him. He assassinated him, man. When John F. Kennedy, when he died, they didn't say this man. What did they say that man did? They didn't say he murdered John F. Kennedy. He did what?
Assassinated him.
What makes this any difference?
Ain't no difference.
The only difference is this is a white man that killed the black man.
Yeah.
Now, that was a white man that killed a white man.
Last time we was on, we talked about defunding the police, right?
Yes, sir.
How about not defunding them totally,
Yeah.
but taking a whole lot of the millions and putting it in a pot to support families?
You said that.
Did I say that?
You said that.
Families
Yeah.
that are killed by police officers.
Yes, sir.
I mean, set a cap at it. That way, one family ain't getting 2-3 million.
Yeah.
But you defund them that way. Take some of that money to support those families that's killed by officers unlawfully.
Yes, sir. That's a heck of a thing.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. That's
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
And nobody should say no to that.
No.
Even the officers. Why would they say no to
No.
that?
The only way they would say no to it is if you have a hidden agenda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, if you corrupt and you got a hidden agenda,
Yeah.
you know, and it's gonna mess with whatever you got going on. That would be the only thing. I believe that we need to develop some kind of task force to start investigating. I believe if you have more than 15, or I believe if you have more than
Ain't that called
5
internal
complaints.
affairs?
Yeah, I believe where they at?
I don't know.
I believe if you have more than 5 incident reports or complaints, you need to be investigated. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be saying the same thing about you, man.
That's right.
It's not you ain't messing with the same family. Everybody cannot be saying the same thing against you, man. This police officer that killed George Floyd, man, he had 15,
That's a lot.
and majority of those complaints were the same exact thing, man.
Tragic.
And nobody listened to listen to those 15. Those 15 could have been George Floyd.
That's true.
We could have prevented this from happening.
That's true.
George Floyd could have still been here had we answered those 15 complaints that this officer had.
Yeah, and got him out of there.
Same with Kansas City. If we can develop a task force to start investigating these complaints against these officers, man, and start getting them out of there, man, I think we can decrease the
police
the police and civilian shooting thing that's been going on, man. Because man, it's tragic, man, and it hurts my heart, man, to see. And let me not say this, bro. Let me make this clear.
The police department has a chaplain.
Yes, they black.
Yeah.
Mark Talbert's one.
Yeah, and
on
Modest
Paseo.
Miles ones too.
Yeah.
So they have chaplains, but that just don't seem. And they go out and kill people for no reason.
Yeah.
So, what's the purpose of having a chaplain there?
It's backwards.
I mean, is he praying for them during their meetings or doing roll call? Is he there praying with them? He is. They are. Okay.
They go and and notify families of such past and stuff like that.
So
too.
a chaplain that works with the police department had to go tell George Floyd's family.
Absolutely.
What happened?
Absolutely.
Seems to me that the police department is using those chaplains to do their dirty work.
Absolutely. It's not this thing. We look at the movies and see how the movies, how it is when, they come and knock on the door and tell you, ma'am, that no. It's crazy, man, but it's exactly what you said.
I wonder if when that happened with George Floyd, did the chaplain say exactly what happened?
Yeah, I guarantee you they didn't say, hey, your brother or your son or, your
Was
dad
murdered.
was murdered by another colleague of mine by having his knee in his neck. He was crying out for your grandmother, and I guarantee they didn't go into detail. No, he died in police custody.
Even as a chaplain, knowing what happened now with George Floyd, you don't think they? Well, you're probably right. They didn't say your uncle or your brother was killed in this manner.
He was killed in police custody.
Tragic.
No, they probably didn't even say killed. Listen, no, not killed. He wasn't killed. I forgot. He passed away in police custody. He died in police custody.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Kansas City, we have to get ready to get out of here, man.
Time sure fly.
Man, I'm telling you, when you're having fun, man. It always flies when you're having fun. Kansas City, man, we love you, man. We're praying for you guys, man. Join us next week, man, with some more hot topics, man. We'll have some more hot topics on next week, man, and some issues that we want to talk to you guys about. And we want your input, Kansas City. Start tapping in, telling us, your input and and your feedback on a lot of this stuff, man. You're listening to Funeral Balls, the broadcast ministry of the Golden Gate Funeral Cremation Services, located at 2800 East 18th Street here in Kansas City, Missouri. Our phone number is 816-255-3676. That's 816-255-3676. It's also brought to you by the Music and More Foundation right here, Black-owned radio station right here in the heart of Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, we love you, man. We're praying for you. And if there's anything that we can do to be a blessing to you, let us know. We love you. We're out.